It's a crystal.
Mm-hmm. What color is this crystal?
It's white.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other colors.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about this crystal. How are you associated with this crystal?
It's part of my being.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
And it has all the colors in it.
How does it feel to be this crystal?
It feels natural. It feels easy.
Mm-hmm. And tell me, as a crystal, what do you know?
I know all the connections.
Mm-hmm.
I know all the lines of connections. There's streams of connections from the crystal.
So let's see which connections you have and where they go.
They go all over the place. They go wherever I want to go.
Mm-hmm. So where do you want to go today to get the information you're looking for? You have access. Which connection will you be selecting?
The white path.
Mm-hmm. So tell me what happens when you connect with that white path.
It's like a crystal door opens and I could walk through into the white.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
There's all white beings in there.
Mm-hmm. What do these beings look like?
They're really tall.
Mm-hmm.
And they have angular faces.
Mm-hmm. Who are these white beings?
Oh, they're part of the founders in the Elohim.
Mm-hmm. What information do they have for you?
That this connection is the energy that
What about this energy?
it's the energy that is the transformational energy.
Describe it for me.
It's source energy through the beings.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes down and it transforms.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of transformation is happening at this time?
It goes into the cells and it upgrades the light in the cells. and the DNA. It clears and increases.
What does it increase?
It increases vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And it transforms the physical body into more light.
Mm-hmm. And once it transforms into more light, what does that do for the person?
It allows them to move into a higher dimensional path.
Mm-hmm. So tell me what's going on right now as this light and energy is going through this body.
It upgrades. And it brings the body, the physical body, into alignment with the soul's resonance.
Mm-hmm. And what does it do, for example, with all the blockages that this body has? Any energetic blockages?
It'll move through the blockages.
Mm-hmm. Could you tell me where the blockages are?
In the throat.
Mm-hmm. What's causing that? What's causing the blockages in the throat?
The parts that don't want it to speak.
Mm-hmm. What parts are those?
The parts that have held the wisdom until it is right. The time is right.
Mm-hmm. Is the time right now?
The time is right.
Mm-hmm. So would you break open those blockages, allow that energy to flow through, and let's allow this wisdom to flow out. There's a lot of information that she needs to tell today. Mm-hmm. Allow her to vocalize that language. Allow her to flow.
When Tahasha Ansahaya, as Ansaka and Shwanta, Shisa Hatsusa, and Ya Ansai, Hansa, Shwasa, and Tika Sha, Dua, Yahu, and Skan Shawahai, Nai, Usa, and Shwantika, Santa, and Yahansai, and Wasa, and Shanska, and Ya Allahaya, Wah. Inga asaan sank and hat shell na aya asaan wa na shell wa sa u iwala and swa anda haya and hansa and wahan skansk la and wash nast which cotton la ho anda was share hunter. Ja, nu ska en swanska alwa en ashwanta a shake swanta let swanska en skan the what ske one ska sky who what skan shot and behind.
So now that she has said it in your language, can you now translate all of that so that so many others can understand what that means? If you are to give Linda this information, she needs to be able to know what it means. What is she saying? What are you saying through her?
It is the language that changes the molecular structure and moves the energy through. To enhance the ascension, the light vehicle, and the physical body in merging. This language, these forms become a vehicle for the essence of the source within the soul and the physical body to come together in the way that the new human body elevates and escalates into higher dimensional states.
Is there any discomfort?
No. It's actually feels good.
So what is she feeling in her body as she is shaking? Like a leaf?
She's feeling ecstasy.
Now, is this ecstasy is something that only happens when she is in this state?
She can experience it.
In what manner? She'll want to tap into this.
By choice. By knowing the experience.
Is this something that she can teach others?
Yes.
So she wants to be able to use all of her skills and talents to help other people. She wants to use this light language, star language. To be able to transform others.
Yes.
Is this her mission and purpose in this life? Okay. So, would you tell her what is the reason she came here? What is her purpose and mission in life?
To be a bridge, to be a transformer, to be an example of higher frequency, of soul essence in physical form.
Anything else?
And to move that energy throughout wherever the body takes her, and throughout the world into the heightened states of the various dimensional fields that dwell on the Earth's planes, and be conscious of the fields.
Now, why did Linda choose to be here at this time? What's going on right now?
The dimensional fields, the different dimensions on the planet are
What does that mean?
The oneness of all the fields and the layers of the fields. The oneness of the fields. The oneness is the fields. The layers of the fields are where the intention is put to experience what are in each dimensional layer on the Earth's plane, which there are many. Putting the attention into the different frequencies allows for an experience to be had. And the oneness of the fields allows for fluid movement between the dimensions on this planet and throughout the universes. And that's how the essence, the essential nature, moves and travels. Here and outside of here.
Now, Linda came to this earth through adoption. Where did she come from? And why did she choose this family?
The family was chosen for as not to have attachments and as not to get too attached into the everyday into relationships in families. It's not necessary.
Did she know that going in?
Yes.
So can we go back in time to the moment where she knew she was coming into Gaia? Let's find out the reason she chose this life.
To bring the vastness of that light into the physical form, into the body. In order to anchor that light into the earth and have access to the earth and all of the dimensional fields, and have the source vibrational essence available through this cone, through this spiral, through this chunked downness into the physical, and have the connection outward and in, out and in, increasing vibration.
So why has it taken her all this time to figure this out?
It would not have served to know. It was not time to know the origin. She would have been too out of place.
So she tells me that she has had experiences now. A ball of light vehicle going into space. What is this ball of light vehicle?
This is a vehicle used when entering certain dimensional fields that require some type of body or some type of physical form. Not all do.
So where is she going? Does she need this body?
Oh, she will go many, many places as an ambassador. Bringing information to others, bringing information, bringing the light of transformation to other existences. That is in alignment with her purposes and missions. There are many.
Would you tell her about some of these other missions?
She will go to other worlds when there are times of change and bring stabilization and the increased vibrational awareness of in through to help transform.
Mm-hmm. Now, she thinks that she also helps souls transition. Is this another one of her missions?
Yes.
How does she do that?
She always has a, we'll say, portal open,
mm-hmm.
where it is available for travel to through other dimensional phases.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll come into contact with in-body or out-of-body, and they can use this pathway.
Does she create this pathway?
It is what she is.
Ah. So she creates this pathway for these souls?
Yes.
Mm.
In combination for what is necessary.
What else does she do?
She will bring together the supposed light and dark. Light and dark is a reality in the oneness.
Mm-hmm.
The separation, that is the seeming separation, she integrates.
How does she do that?
She will bring that light, the brightest light, into the darkest place. And in so integrate into oneness.
Mm-hmm. When you say she integrates or puts it into this darkest place, does she do this consciously, or does she do this in her sleep? When does she do this?
She does it all the time. She goes into areas that are dense and dark and integrates, brings that light and integrates that darkness.
Does that do anything to her?
Yes.
What's it doing to her?
This body can hold some darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Much more from when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
As her consciousness expanded, her ability to transmute increased consciously, and the vibration of the body increased since childhood, and allows for transmutation through that pathway. Before, there was a lot held.
Is there anything being held now?
She has done conscious work. There are still embedded darkness.
Where is this darkness embedded?
In the
reproductive area?
Sacral area.
And why is that being held there? Did she put it there?
She has no need for reproduction.
So did she conveniently put it there for a reason?
She has integrated the female and male aspect. Yet the darkness is held from residual judgment.
Is she ready to release this darkness now?
Yes.
All right. So I'd like for her to use the same method she's used to be able to pierce that darkness with the light. The same thing she does. Just describe to me what she does as she pierces it and fills it with light.
It is akin to an acupuncture needle or a telescope that folds in. And the light and the element of love goes in and around and spirals from the center outward.
What happens next?
That open pathway is available for, it's always available for the transmutation process of light and dark, dark and light.
So does this darkness have a consciousness? Or did she create this darkness there as a thought form?
It's a thought form. It's a thought form.
When did she create this thought form?
This is a form. This is a culmination of thought forms. of many experiences, not all from this planet, yet held in this body.
Does she need to hold all these souvenirs in there?
No.
No. Is she willing now to release all of this?
Yes.
All right, so she can move on with her mission. So tell me how she goes along with this. What does she do to release them?
She will fold in the light, folding into the darkness. The light folds in, and the darkness enlightens. And the element of love
what does the love do for it?
The element of love allows for an experience of love, for the vibration to increase in tandem with the light.
Sounds like a little dance.
It is.
Tell me when all of this has been released.
The light and the dark are in a figure eight, and then that figure eight becomes one in that oneness. And it is released.
Wonderful. So how will this affect her health and attitude in the future about that area of her body?
It will join. It will join with the heart.
Good. Can we make that connection now, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, when she was a child, she said she had a fever, and she felt that she was being overtaken. She also had great fear of seeing entities, dead people. What was going on then?
She was seeing entities and dead people.
Did she close something off during that time?
She closed off with fear, yet there was an intentional shutting down.
For what purpose?
She was in hiding.
Ah. So she intentionally shut it off? What was it done for her?
It was shut off for a purpose, to remain in hiding until it was time to emerge.
And what allowed her to know that it was time? What was the alarm clock that set her off?
She was set off when the Earth's vibration became a certain level. That's when it was triggered to flower.
When did this happen?
In the 80s.
Was she the only one, or were there others that also felt that change?
Yes, others felt the change.
So how is that vibration affecting other people now?
In many different ways.
Mm-hmm. Would you describe them for me?
Some that hold lower vibration will experience an more intense lower vibration frequency from the influxes of light on the planet. Others who have cleared their physical bodies and their consciousness, have elevated their consciousness, will experience Earth on the higher dimensions.
Mm-hmm. And how do you clear your physical body? What does that entail?
The light that washes over the planet clears the physical body, and you can intentionally clear the physical body with the application of light and the application of love.
Is there any particular light that one should use to clear their body?
Different bodies can use different light. Light holds information. Light holds color. Light holds frequency. Light holds sound vibration. All of that works to clear the body.
So how does one particularly know what color one should use to clear their own body? How do you know that?
Well, many people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And the different light frequencies, for instance, blue, help to clear the emotional body.
So if there's a particular emotion that you're feeling, the blue would help.
The blue.
For example, right now, I have a congestion in my head and my throat from an uncomfortable situation I was in yesterday. What color could I be using to clear?
Yellow. Yellow for the mental body. Red to expand, to expand the foundation of the yellow into the recesses of the sinus. And green, pink, the higher frequencies of the light. The yellow, the red wash away, clear, and the higher frequencies of the higher spectrum increase And and elevate the area into perfect vitality and health.
So we can easily heal ourselves with the colors.
And the vibration and the application of love.
So, in Linda's work, does she use these colors?
She does use the colors. And she uses all the colors as the crystal of the white, the all the colors at once when the expansion is around the person. And they are like laser lights. That find the areas that need attention.
Now, when she first started out, she said she was a crystal.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little more about this? How did she go from being a crystal to being born here in Gaia? Where was she?
She goes to different transfer stations. And assists with the creation of the pathways in which souls travel.
So she assists them going in and going back out?
Yes, and going from one level of existence to another. When they're ready, when a soul is ready to advance into a higher existence.
So this existence that she has right now as a human being on Gaia, what level is this?
This is a level of transition from one state of being into a higher state of being. Whether it be in this dimensional field or another dimensional field, it works the same.
Is Linda multi-dimensional?
Oh, yes.
So this is just one aspect of her.
Yes.
In this existence.
Oh, yes. This is one aspect that has fully made these transitions many, many times.
Was she called to Gaia at this time for a reason?
Yes. Because of the experience as a transitional, because of her experience in transition, and she has been called as an expert.
Who called her?
Source.
So Source knew that that Source could pick this expert.
This is, yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's sent to many places.
So this is one aspect that's helping now with the transition,
Yes.
the ascension of Gaia?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So would you tell me a little bit more about this stream where she's from? Would you say she's from Source?
Yes.
And get some more information about Gaia's ascension.
She is a source stream that she is a direct connection with Source that streams through the first aspect and through the Elohim and the founders and the Christed beings that are so many collectives that stem from Source, the collectives. She streams through them all. And then comes an aspect into the physical. And I have to go to the bathroom.
All right. So I'm going to touch your shoulder. You can open your eyes when you come back. You can return to the same state. There you go. When you're ready to continue with the explanation, go ahead, about how you work.
So the source streams come through and can be utilized in this plane of existence.
Mm-hmm.
And that is intentional, as when she may be doing a session or when she is walking amongst everyone in the world. Mm-hmm. Things are within her nature, and just it's always happening.
Mm-hmm. When she is walking amongst people, does she give anything up from herself? Or is she always connected?
Always connected.
Okay, good. So can you tell her a little bit more about these groups that she's associated with, that she goes through, the Christ consciousness, the collective consciousness groups, the David kingdom, and the celestial councils of light? We talked about the Elohim. Would you talk a little bit more about these?
The team, her council,
Mm-hmm.
There's one from each council. Mm-hmm. There's one from the Earth's nature.
Mm-hmm.
The devas. There's an element there.
Mm-hmm.
There's There's the white beings with the angular faces.
Who are they?
They are the founders.
What do the founders do?
They create species. They have created and recreated. Specifically for embodiment of Christ conscious beings.
What kind of species are we talking about? Are they animals?
Many species, human species, beings of other worlds, mantis beings.
Are these beings what we consider good beings of the light? Or do they have both?
Yes, they are of the light, and they have a choice to incarnate into dense vibration, what you would call the dark.
Okay. So even though the founders have created all these species with Christ for Christ consciousness, they have a select. They can select themselves.
Yes.
Okay. So they don't interfere.
The council that we're talking of does not interfere. It is in alignment with universal law, the law of one, that allows for the expression of dark to be, as well as the highest expression of light.
Are there any others on this council, or the ones that she deals with?
Yes. There are other beings from other star systems and from other universe. Because of her travel, she travels, and this collective was created for the purpose of assisting in worlds in transition.
Is that ours, Gaia? Is that one of us?
Yes.
So are this council specifically created for this transition?
And transitions of other worlds.
Okay. Are there others going through the same thing at this time?
Yes.
Now, this transition of Gaia, is this something that they see as positive?
Oh, yes. Yes, positive.
So what is it that Gaia is actually doing? What is this transition all about?
It's really not a transition. The experience of it is a transition. The creation already is. The fruition, the fulfillment has already happened. It is already. It is in existence. It is the point of focus of the experience that when you go into a point of time, space, you can have the experience of a transition as you go pinpoint and go deeper into density. Experience becomes more.
So who is the one that's actually experiencing this transition? You say Gaia has already transitioned?
And has not. There are aspects that there are levels of Earth. There are levels of Earth that that seem to not have transitioned, yet they already have transitioned in the when you get into a field of awareness that experiences, it seems like there's a transition.
But it's all existing now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, they talk about the new Earth. Some people talk about one new Earth. Some people say there's many new Earths. Is this what we're talking about?
Yes, the layers of
experience?
Of dimensional, yes, layers of experience relate to the layer of dimensional frequency that you vibrate with. And that's... Some people are aware of many. Some people are only keyed into one. And that's related to where they vibrate, where their frequency is held.
Okay. Now, do these different experiences of Earth, shall we call them, to make it easier, do they look different? Do they feel different? Yes. For example, would a new Earth, one of them, look exactly like where we are right now? Would a new Earth look totally different than we are right now?
Yes.
Okay. Is there one that's ultimate experience, where the Earth has totally transitioned?
Yes.
What does that Earth?
Yes, that is the crystal. That is the crystal. That is the... oh, interesting. That is the Earth that exists in a fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional experience.
What does it have to do with the crystal?
The Earth becomes crystal. The Earth is the crystal.
Yeah.
The Earth is vibrating in the crystal phase.
So, do we as, should we say humans, need to be at a vibration of a crystal?
Yes. In order to experience that Earth.
Okay. How do we get to that?
Your soul would have chosen that. And you would get there. You would transition. Either even if your soul chose to go there, you may or may not take your body. Body's optional.
So how do you live on the new Earth without a body?
Just as you do when you leave this body, you would exist as a more light form.
Okay. But some can take their body if they want to.
Yes.
Will this body function the same way? Will we need to eat, breathe, sleep on this new crystal Earth? You can eat.
It's not necessary to eat. It's not necessary to... It's a perfected body.
Okay.
It's the perfection of the physical into those higher, into those frequencies. Those it's a perfected body. It's a body that doesn't.
It's not high maintenance.
No.
So when we started this session today, you were charging up Linda with a lot of energy. Is this part of this changing her body?
It is.
And how does someone who does not have this amazing connection to Source, how do they change their body?
The frequencies that are waves of light that are and sound that are washing over the planet because of the time that it's in this particular experience serves that purpose.
Okay. Is there anything that we need to do consciously to raise our vibration?
Yes, intend to raise the vibration. Align yourself with the higher frequencies of source energy. Align yourself with the frequencies of the higher aspects that work, that are always working with you in raising your vibration. So that it's almost like the funnel that comes down into this physical body, into this density. This is available.
Does one have to be in a good mood, for example? Because there's many people who are depressed, who are sad, who want to go home, who don't want to be here anymore, but they want to go to the new earth. What would you say to someone like that?
That your thoughts and your frequency and your feelings will create your experience. So in order to ascend or bring yourself into a higher frequency experience, you then have to choose for your thoughts and your emotions and your body to align with those frequencies, with those vibrations, with that light, with that love of Source, with the light of Source. And there's vast amount of assistance.
So it's really an inside job.
It's an inside job.
But you can ask for help.
Always ask for help. It's like the help is so available. It's right there.
Who are these that are helping us?
Oh my goodness. So many collectives are here helping. The Christed beings are here helping. There's many other beings. The mantis beings send their energy. The founders that's already done. The founders on that level, it's finished. You just tap into that done state.
So whatever you're going through at this time in your life, you're not happy with your relationships, you're not happy with your health, you're not happy with your job, you need to tap in to ask for help.
Yes.
And intend it to already be accomplished.
Yes.
To already be done.
Yes, and then embody that
outcome?
The outcome, and embody that point of reference.
So it's like, I remember Star Trek, Captain Picard say, make it so. You just need to allow it to happen and set your intention and know that it's already.
Yes, and if you, like, you're in a space where it's like so dark, it's like that's where the light beings help. That's where it's like, oh, call in the light beings. They're the light, which is your light, immediately will transmute that dark, will assist in elevating and integrating, like that, talking about the integration of the light and the dark into the one. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Pretty easy. Good. So clear my sinuses now. Very good. Now, we talk about, I talked to her about her job, her career. She does many different things right now. She's doing property management, real estate, and then she's doing the biofeedback. She likes them all. What should she focus on?
She can do them all.
I figured.
She chooses to do them all. She's already, her purpose is being fulfilled. It's as that transition, as that that transition expert. That is her embodiment. That is. She can do that through sessions with others. She can do that with people as she's in their homes. And she can help people assist in their transformation, buying them a home, buying their home.
Yeah.
It's an innate thing.
So she just has to choose
Yes.
what she wants to do. What about hypnosis? She was thinking of taking the class with me and Antonio in September. Is this something that would benefit her?
Yes, it will benefit her ability to communicate and with her clients.
Now, we had talked about how she does her session now. Should she be utilizing, for example, the healing chamber to help reconstruct their body? Should she be more vocal about this?
Yes.
So tell her how she should be doing her sessions. What's the most she can put into these sessions to make them better and effective?
The way she was communicating was too much through the mental process. She can bring in the master and just directly transmit.
Good.
And through that, language speaking with people. Everyone's in wherever they are in their progression. That master will know how to speak. Just like the being with the language of light would speak through her. She can allow the master, which is the culmination of her counsel, her team, to come in as one and speak through.
So she'll be using this light language throughout her sessions. Has she been doing it now?
The geometries the forms she uses, she has not put it all together with vocal, geometry, light, and the application of love, all in one form, all in one outlet.
Now, will she receive instruction on how to do this, or does she need to just be in a trance state and allow it to come out?
She can put herself in a state that will allow it to come. She has not done that.
Okay. Do you think that with this experience today, that this will allow her in the future to put herself into that state?
We will assist.
Very good. Thank you. Is this what is meant by working on the front lines with her clients?
Working on the front lines is that piercing into the densest vibration and showering that with light in order to allow for the movement of souls through or their choice to stay. That being on the front lines is the it's going to those darkest places with that vastness of light.
And when she's working on the front lines, is this with clients or is this during her sleep state?
It's usually interdimensionally, although there are times with a client she's not conscious of that the work that's going on behind the scenes is going to those darker places within them that are alive, and that's when the ball of light surrounding them allows for those darkest places to be accessed, in the recesses. With the light, the colors come into play with that.
With that ball of light? Can you expand a little bit about what's going on with the clients with this spine? What does the spine and the bottom of the spine have to do when it does her sessions?
Has to do with the DNA, the ancestral memory within the DNA in the spine.
Is that where it's housed?
Throughout the body. The spine being one of the first portions of a human body to come together, to be created.
Yes.
That light encoded DNA is one of the first places that goes to. So when that ball of light goes down the spine and expands around the body, it's like a vision. You can see those ancestral blockages or what would need to be attended to with light.
And that's when she would use her device?
She does not need to use the device.
So that's just a tool, a little prop
yes.
she uses? Okay. Mm-hmm. She had a question about that, if she should continue using it.
She can.
If she's her own crystal?
Yeah. She does not have to. She can, if it's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Does
it help the client?
It does. Mm-hmm. Some clients like to have something to tangibly see. Yet the bringing all of it together in the session and being able to communicate in a way, maybe using hypnosis techniques to get a client into a theta state, or a state that she may have gotten her client through using the biofeedback device with the sound. She doesn't have to. None of it has to be, I mean, it's good. I mean, use the device, don't use the device. It's like bringing that into a form of function in order to be tangible and usable. It's like, oh, the light then becomes usable through the stepping down of the energy.
Isn't it pretty much all intention?
It is intention. It is intention.
So she needs to just rev up her intention to make it more powerful, doesn't she?
Yes, and actually the essential, her essence is embedded throughout it all. So that it doesn't matter. It's like a game. It's like a play. It's like oh, the transition, yes, and it's really already done, and we're playing that we're transitioning.
Okay, so we're just playing our part in it.
We are playing our part.
So all these people who are concerned about whether they're going to fall behind.
There's no behind.
It's all happened already.
Everyone is exactly where they need to be for their soul's choice and advancement.
Okay. So you pretty much have to just chill. It's already happened. Whatever your soul has decided. It's not a conscious thing?
It's not a conscious thing.
Okay.
It can be.
But doesn't it seem like their soul kind of takes you in that direction?
You're going to go where you're meant to go.
Just like I'm supposed to be doing these sessions, even though I didn't want to be doing what I'm doing at this pace? Okay. So it seems like whatever you're supposed to be doing just gets flowed to you.
Yes.
Okay, good. Anything else that you would like to tell her about her method, what she's going to be doing in the future with this light? Any other tips for her before we move on to her health?
You don't have to do anything to make anything happen. It is innate. It is what you are. There is connection and there is no connection because you are it. Just know that.
And this team that's helping her, does she need to ask for them or they're always there?
They're always there.
Okay, good. Can she call them by any name?
There are names that she can individually speak with them. She can call her team anything. Source team, light team, it just does not matter.
Okay, good, good. And just to go further on about this team, what does this team have to do, or in what area do they help source, God, creator, whatever you want to call this source of everything?
They help to, part of their purpose is to direct where energy goes, where light goes, where energy, light, sound goes.
So are they kind of like sub-creators or gods in their own right? Did they ever have a form that perhaps humans recognize them as? Did they ever come to Earth?
They are infused in all of the energies of all of the dimensions.
Okay. So when we pray to God. We pray to Source, the universe. Do they hear our prayers too?
Yes.
Do they take action also? Or does it come from God?
They are directed.
Okay.
They do respond always.
Very good. Thank you. Now, would you do a scan on her body? And let's see, now that her body isn't shaking as much, what health-related issues she has right now?
Right now there's pain in the wrist and the thumb.
What's causing that?
This is associated with the light, that new reconfiguration of her body in light with the deconstruction
that she experienced in the ayahuasca ceremony? Okay.
The light coming through the heart, through the body, there is stopping here.
Okay. What's causing that blockage?
That is that is a blockage put there so she wouldn't use her hands.
Who put that there?
When she goes to the darkest places, there are beings that can see what she can do and will attempt to try to stop it.
Okay. So can we give her now the vision of who it was that planted that?
It wasn't a travel when she was in a light body, and it was a mass entity of dense vibration. Was not a form. It was It was not in a form. It was a form, but it was not in a form.
Mm-hmm. Was it intentional that this form place it in there?
Yes.
All right. Then she will need to have that form remove it.
Okay.
So we'll have her face that form and request that it be removed now.
That form is in transition.
Mm-hmm.
That form tries to stop her from being the pathway.
Mm-hmm. So being that that form tries to stop her, she must face that form.
Mm-hmm.
She must use her sovereignty and her light to face it and have it be removed. And tell me what's happening.
That is the same feeling, that ominous feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That is that.
Mm-hmm. So she needs to face it. In order, if she's going to be doing this light work, she needs to know how to face this form now.
It is a piece of her that believes that it is the darkness.
Mm-hmm. So she needs to face this part of her.
She is not the experience. She is not the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
She experienced the darkness.
Mm-hmm. So guide her through this, please. This aspect of her must remove this blockage. Now.
She is able to unfold the lightness in around that darkness and incorporate that within the heart and the light of Source. And they can all transition through.
Mm-hmm. Is it flowing?
It is.
Mm-hmm. Where else were these blockages in her body?
In her throat.
Mm-hmm. How does it look now?
Looks good.
Mm-hmm. What about in her neck?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Was this all the same?
It is not all the same. It was encompassed in the same.
Okay.
It's all being worked through.
Wonderful. What was that bump on her head?
That was a physical implant. That is.
So what's going on with that implant?
It's nothing. It is part of her team has an experiment going on where they monitor the physical body through transition.
Mm-hmm. Is this something that she should have in her body?
It does no harm.
Okay. And what's going on with the gums and the teeth? Is she having some sort of communication issue there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What does she need to do about this so that she can transition this gum and teeth issue into a non-issue?
Continue to work with the geometry that she had put in place there. Continue to spin it, wash light through there, and it will continue to open.
Can we ask for additional assistance, please?
Yes.
Thank you. What's blocking her memories and ability to remember? I seem to hear a lot of that. What's causing it with her?
She has different aspects come in and out. They all work together, and yet not necessarily what's not necessary, the memories don't need to be there.
So does that happen often with people? Do we have different aspects coming in and out?
Not everyone.
Okay, but with Linda, yes.
Yes. She will have different aspects of her, different parts of her team come in at different times. When another aspect is off in another universe.
Another job?
Yeah. Another will step in. They like to have access to this this dimension, and they can bring in their different expertise.
Okay. When these different aspects are coming in and out of her, do people notice any changes in her?
Not usually.
Does she notice any changes?
Sometimes. And it's confusing.
What would be an example, for example, of something happening like this?
She will be walking somewhere and then not know why she's there.
Okay. Seems to happen every day for me.
And one just came in and out.
Okay. So when she does this job, could it be a very quick job? Or is it that there's no such thing as time?
Exactly.
So I could be going into the kitchen, looking for something and not know what's going on. And then I have to walk back to the bedroom to come back to find out.
Yes.
So actually there's a switcheroo there.
Switcheroo.
Okay. Now when I come back to the kitchen, for example, do I know something else that I didn't know before? Did I pick up some information somewhere?
Yes, you can. You definitely can incorporate downloaded information that way. That way you can also decode that language.
Okay.
In and out.
Will Linda be using more of this language? She will.
Yes.
Okay. Now, she says that she feels like a completely different person throughout this life. Is this what's happening?
As her body increased in vibration, different aspects would have their purposes fulfilled. So it's like her own evolution would bring in different aspects for that phase of evolution within one life.
Wow. So it's like having multiple walk-ins. Is that it?
Yes.
But it's really herself.
Yes.
Is this different than a walk-in that's a completely different soul?
Yes.
Okay. Would you tell her about her diet? How's she doing?
She's doing well. The more her body becomes light,
Yes.
the less she will need the sustenance from food.
Okay.
Although she does enjoy the sensation, the sensualness of certain things, yet it will just gradually transition.
Okay. But for example, she loves cheese. Should she continue eating cheese if she loves it? Or is that damaging?
It's not really damaging. She can have it. Yet the lighter things she puts in, the more light-filled things she puts in her body, the more rapidly the body will transform.
Okay. What about wine? What does wine do to you?
Well, if there are any darker aspects or any darker energies within the body, that will allow the alcohol will allow them to gain ground.
So you're opening up a door?
Yes.
Okay. So we have to be cognizant anytime we put out.
Cognizant, yes, cognizant. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just be cognizant of what could be,
Hanging out?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Anything else about her health that we need to address today?
She will continue to bring this body to a level of heightened light. There is a cap on what this body's potential can be in the physical, even in the higher dimensions of the Earth's physical. So that is why aspects will come and go when it's required to be in this body. and even the higher dimensions that are one with Gaia, there are places, there are fields of awareness that bodies don't go. Mm-hmm. So she will be attached, she will have that ability to connect, yet when she is experiencing those realms, she leaves the body.
Okay. Is there anything else that I could have asked that I didn't, that you would like her to tell today?
She will continue to go deep and ask and receive the answers.
Mm-hmm. Good. And who are we speaking with today? Who is giving her the answers today?
We are the one.
We are the one. So, may I ask, before she awakens from this very wonderful trance, to send us a blessing from the one?
Yashwanse kashahansa, yalashense konsa ahashis, waishahaya nashika skats, walashika shasa hutshins, once and she. As we go through our lives, we bring in more of what we are in connection with the one that is all.
Thank you very much.